Jesus reached the spot. He looked up and said to him, Zacchaeus, come down immediately. I must stay at your house today. So he came down at once and welcomed him gladly. All the people saw this and began to mutter, he's gone to be the guest of a sinner. Now, what happens in these few verses? In the middle of the road, right, is that Jesus transforms Zacchaeus' life. Zacchaeus' life is never the same after this moment. And all Jesus does is say hi and not even ask. He invites himself over to Zacchaeus' house. That's all he does. Why in the world does this transform Zacchaeus' life? I think the answer is that in this moment, Zacchaeus, even in these few moments it takes him to climb down from the tree and get to the road, Zacchaeus realizes something that the rich, the random ruler before couldn't see. He couldn't see it. What he realizes, he thought he was going up here because this famous guy, Jesus, who maybe is way better than him, and Zacchaeus probably has all kinds of regrets about his own life, and his own life, even though it looks good on the outside, it's a constant struggle, and everybody in his whole community hates him, and he thinks he's going to see this Jesus who he's just heard about, and maybe, at least he'll see this guy from a distance, but this guy's not going to have anything to do with him. What he realizes in this moment, not only is that Jesus is going to have something to do with him, but Jesus already knows him and always has. Jesus walks up. Zacchaeus, imagine him. He's probably like 20 feet in the air. Jesus could easily, this is not Zacchaeus is sitting in front of him as he walks along the road, like leaning over on a branch, like in your storybook Bible as a kid. Jesus stops intentionally, looks way up in the tree, and yells at Zacchaeus. And what he says is, Zacchaeus, hey man, Zacchaeus. He's meeting an old friend. He speaks to Zacchaeus the way that it was for me and those young people that I'd known for a long time in the past, meeting up at Matt Maher concert. That's what happens in this moment. Zacchaeus has never met this guy before. Jesus is his old friend. I've always known you, Zacchaeus. Get down here right now, man. Come down immediately. Get down here. I got to stay at your house. I can't believe you're here, Zacchaeus. I got to stay at your house tonight. That's all it takes. Forget the rules. What did the rich young ruler? What do I have to do? What amazing work do I have to accomplish to make God love me? All it takes to transform Zacchaeus' entire life is just this. This guy already knows me. This guy's my old friend. I didn't even know. As he climbs down the tree, he is transformed. He came down immediately and welcomed. You imagine him giving Jesus this big hug in the middle of the road. And everyone who's watching is totally blind. They have no idea what's happening. Jesus has utterly transformed a human soul, and no one else can see it. Here's what everybody else sees. He's gone to be the guest of a sinner. There's only two possibilities in this moment for the people watching, at least for some of the people watching. Either Jesus knows this guy is the leader of the bad guys, and he just doesn't care. In that case, Jesus is bad. Or, number two, he doesn't know that Zacchaeus is the leader of the bad guys. And in that case, he's not a prophet. All the guys watching can do is judge the situation. Right in front of their eyes, Jesus has done the impossible. More impossible than walking on water, more impossible than raising Lazarus from the dead. He has transformed a human soul